Hello there and welcome to this new video. In today's video, we are going to make the impossible become a reality. We are going to take an SDL Studio package that a project manager will have sent us, and we are going to take what we need from it. We are going to translate the files in it and produce a return package that we can actually send to the same project manager, and it will actually work on his or her computer, and all of that without using Trados. Sounds good? Well, let's see how you can do this, shall we? So to achieve this, you need a Google Drive account, Google Drive zip extractor, Google Drive XML Editey, Total Commander, and 20 to 30 minutes, and that's a gross exaggeration of the time that you need. So here we are. We have just received our SDL project package, and you can see it here. On this computer, SDL Trados is installed, so you can see the icon here in full. If you do not have SDL Trados on your computer, of course, you will see blank icons for every SDL file. So just bear that in mind. So here we see the extension of our project package, SDLPPX. The first thing we want to do is open a folder, and we want to copy. So right click, copy, okay, and paste our project file there. So we have now an identical project file here, and what we want to do is click on it and type F2 so we can edit the name, and we just want to change the file extension for now. So remove SDLPPX and replace it with .zip, and here when you get this message you click on yes, and now we have a zipped folder which we can now explore by opening it. So just double click on it and we see the contents. So this is a very important step to look at what's inside. Here you see a file that's not in a folder, which is the SDLPROJ file. It's a very important file. We'll come back to it later. So just locate it and see how it looks like and what's the file extension. And here we have our folder for our TM. Okay, so now we have a TM in this. So we can locate it here. Okay, so that's in the SDL format, which is SDLTM. Now, if we go up one step, we can see here we have our report folder with a simple XML file in it. Go up one step, we have now two files with languages. So one is in the source language. So if we open it here, English is the source language. We have an SDLXLIFF in this, but we don't want to touch it. We won't be translating that file. We don't need to. So we go up one step, and here that's the target language for this project, French. So now we can open it. And in here we find the SDLXLIFF that we can translate and work on. So now that I have located it, if I do want to translate it, that's the time for me to copy it. So I copy it and I paste it somewhere else so I can access it then. And now I have my SDLXLIFF file, which I can translate outside of Trados if I do want to. And if you want, there's a link in the video description to explain you how to do that. Now on to the TM. If I want to use the TM, I go back to my TM folder, I get the TM, same thing, I copy it and paste it somewhere else. And now I'll be able to upload it in a different CAD tool. And if you want to know how to do it, maybe you will need to change it from SDLTM to a TMX file, and I'll put a link in the video description to enable you to do this. So here now I have those two files, so the SDLXLIFF, and I have also my translation memory here, and for the moment I'll just remove them to focus on the work at hand. Okay, so if we go back here, we see our project file, and we did not, as you saw, we did not extract it. So that's very important. So now we can go on to the next step. So now we are here in Google Drive, and what I want to do is I want to upload here my file into Google Drive. So I go get my sample project and I just drop it to upload it in Google Drive. And once it's done uploading it, what I want to do is go to my file and make a right click, and then I select Open with Zip Extractor. So I just click on it. Then I go and click on Extract Now. And once it's done extracting, I click on View Extracted Files. And what this is going to do for me is that it's going to extract all my files, and I can see them here in Google Drive. And what I want to do now is take a good look at the folder construction, because if I upload a big project file in Google Drive, it may change the folder makeup, and it will keep only the files but not the folders. So if that happens, I want to take a good look at it, and then I want to check it against the original zip file, and then you can, from here, you can check everything. And if that ever happened to you, you can reconstruct the folder structure within Google Drive. But that didn't happen here, so we are good for that. So now what I want to do is I will just focus on what I need to translate. And that is in my target file, my target folder, sorry, which is the FRFR here in my case. So I open the target folder. That's where my working bilingual target SDLXLIFF is. And what I want to do now is I want to remove it. So I click on it and I drop down and click on Remove. What I'm going to do now is replace it with the one I have translated. So I have one here, which I have translated, and I'm going to drop it in place of the other one. Okay, so that is here now, my translated SDLXLIFF, and as you can see, it's got the same name and the same file extension. So that's it for this step. So now we are going to focus our attention on the SDLPROJ file. So that's a very important step. So you locate it and you right click on it, and you select Open With, and you select XML Editey. So there's going to be a link for that in the video description. Once it opens, you want to locate the second line. And on the second line, you want to locate here in green ProjectPackage. And we're going to edit this. So you want to remove the word project and replace it with ReturnPackage. And ReturnPackage has to stay all one word and capitalizing each word, each first letter of the word. So now you click outside of it. That's going to save your changes, and you can just close XML Editey. So now we have everything done. So to create a ReturnPackage, we don't need the TM folder. So we're going to select everything but the TM folder, and we want to download it. So we make a right click on what we've selected and click on download. And what that's going to do for us is that Google will automatically zip all our files upon download. So that's exactly what we want. So here is the result. Okay, so we have a zip file with a new name. And if we open it, we see that our sample project, SDLPROJ, has now moved to an XML file extension. So what I need to do to correct this is I need to open Total Commander. So let's open it. Okay. So what this is going to do for us is that it's going to enable us to edit a zipped file, and because we don't want to extract it on our computer now. And so that's a shareware. If you know another one that does that, just use it. Here, okay, so we open this, our Drive download, and we see here SDLPROJ XML extension. So we click on that, and what we do, we click again, and then we are going to remove .xml and leave just .SDLPROJ. And now once it's done, we click on the tick, and that is going to save our changes. So now the icon is fine, it's gone to SDLPROJ. And here our translated SDLXLIFF has gone to the same treatment. So we need to remove .xml here as well and just leave SDLXLIFF. Click on the tick and that's done. And while you're here, just take a look around to see that none of your extensions have been changed. And once that's done, you can just close Total Commander. And now we are progressing well. So we go to the last step. So we check our original project, F2, and copy the name. We go back to our Drive download. We click here, click on, type on F2 on our keyboard, and we change the name to the original name. So we just paste the original name. And now we want to remove the zip extension, and we are going to replace it with .SDLRPX. SDLRPX. Click outside, click on yes, and you have just created a Trados return project. Okay, so let's now test it in Trados. So you click on Open Package, we select our return package here, we click on Open, and so here we see the project contents. Click on Finish, and it's going green, so it means it's working. You wait for it to finish, and when it finishes, you click on the Close button, and now we are going to open the project, locate the file we have translated, so this is this one here, we open it, and let's see if we see the translation we made. And yes, it appears here. So I've translated this file in WordFast Anywhere using just MT for pre-translation, and it did work. Everything is working here. So yes, success. So here is a quick recap of all the steps we've been through. You can pause the video here if you want. And if you find ways to improve this process, please write about it in the comment section below. And if you just want to download SDL Trados for a 30-day trial, click the link in the video description. So yes, today we demonstrated that it can be done. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like. And if you want to support the channel, consider subscribing or even voting for this channel in the pros.com Community Awards that's going to end right at the end of this month, on July 31st. So don't forget about it. And I'll be seeing you in the next one. Take care.